They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could.
The soft light of early morning filtered through the curtains, casting a golden across the bedroom. You rose up from the bed, slipping out from the embrace of your warm blanket. It's been 2 weeks since you married to Jungkook, the most successful and undeniably handsome CEO in the Seoul. A man who has influence, cold, demure wealth, and a face that turns head wherever he goes. Your wedding had been spectacular that drew envy and admiration from all the corners of the world. But now, just 2 weeks into your marriage and you both sleep in different rooms, Jungkook never bothered to tell you that why doesn't he always remain cruel to you. You knew that he married you to fulfill wish of his sick dad, but you didn't know that he will behave so cold to you. You walked to the bathroom and turned on the shower tap, the warmth of water doing little to soothe the ache inside you. Once you finished the shower, you wrapped yourself in a soft white robe. You walked back to your room and stood before the mirror to brush your long silky hair. With a sigh, you dropped the brush onto the vanity and went in the walk-in closet from where you picked out a beautiful tight-fitted red dress that highlighted your curves, layering it with simple diamond earring. You did light makeup on your face. Once you complete your look, you headed downstairs to the kitchen to make breakfast for Jungkook. You decided to make waffles, bacon, boiled eggs, some sizzling vegetables along with a cup of coffee. After 15 minutes you were done making the breakfast, you set everything on the table, hoping that Jungkook would join you on the table. Suddenly you heard soft thump of Jungkook coming downstairs. You looked up to see your gorgeous husband. He was dressed impeccably as usual, his tailor suit fitting him perfectly, his hair was neatly combed, his dark intense eyes through striking but carried distance that made your heart clench. "Good morning, I prepared breakfast for you," you said. Jungkook glanced at the table, his expressions unreadable. He sat down on the chair and started to put the food in his plate. You grinned, looking at him as you took a seat next to him. "Did you sleep well?" You asked to start the conversation, but he just nodded his head. "When you will come back home?" you asked hesitantly. "I have important meeting in an hour. I won't be home until late night," he replied. You said with a sad pout. You knew that work had consumed him and it left no space for anything else. "I will be out today," you said, hoping for some reaction. "Where?" he asked. "My best friend wanted to see me, so she invited me in a cafe," you said, looking at your plate. "Okay, so you may go out, but you will have to get home back until 5 p.m., he said. You nodded and started to finish the food in your plate. He got up, grabbing his breakfast. He left for the office, making you sigh in severe disbelief. You were the one who was always wanted by the boys in your college. Almost each one of them tried to impress you by doing things, but you never gave importance to all that. Being one child of your rich parents, they wanted to spoil you with their love and happiness, but you always chose to live simple life. When your father told you that he wanted you to marry the son of his business partner as well as best friend, you didn't show any tantrums and agreed only to make your parents happy. Throughout your academic year, you had only one friend, Jihu, which you trusted, and you both have been soulmates. Jihu neither had any love story because she always considered it a waste of time. She just wanted to be independent. You grabbed your bag and after locking the main door, you plopped inside the car and asked the driver to take you to the Star Cafe. The cafe was nearby your house, so it took you 5 minutes to reach there. Grabbing the car, you bowed to your driver and whispered a small thank you. He bowed back at you. "But ma'am, the cafe is on the other side of the road," he asked. "It's okay, I will cross the road where you go now. I will call you once I get free from here," you said, smiling. The driver nodded and drove back to the mansion. You were crossing the road with your eyes stuck on the car. You lifted your eyes to see whether there was any car coming in your direction, and to your realization, a car was heading in high speed in your direction. Your mind was screaming to run away, but your body had become numb. Before the push you sighed, someone pulled you out of the road. You looked up to see Jihu looking at you. Jihu dragged you inside the cafe as she made you sit in the chair. "Are you crazy, Ryan? How you could be so careless?" she asked and looked at you with concerned eyes. "I'm sorry," you said, looking at her. "Sorry for what? Is something happened?" she asked. "Nothing, I am fine," you said, forcing a smile at her. So what else the matter is, Mrs. Jeon? She asked, raising his eyebrows. I don't mention him, you said, making Jihu eyebrow frown. Why, I got you must be tired. She said to tease you. You said nothing but flowed your head and tears started to come out from the corner of your eye. She noticed them and asked, Hey, did something wrong between both of you? Is he hurrying you? Tell me and see how I will make him regret. Winnie, please stop crying, she said, wiping off your tears. You paused for a while and then started to tell her everything that happened to you in these 2 weeks. How dare to my innocent Winnie, I won't leave that icy cold man, she said. It's okay, Jihu, he will get to know someday. Let's order something, you said, pouting dramatically, which made her chuckle. Winnie, I have a plan, she said, and whispered something in your ear. You nodded. Time skip. You were back home as you plopped down on the couch, grabbing your mobile phone from the table. You dialed your mother-in-law's number. She picked up the call after a few ringings. Hey, Onmi, are you doing well? You asked politely. I am completely fine. How about my princess? She asked warmly. I'm not fine, you said, making a pout. What happened to you? No way. Are you expecting? This is a great news. She was excitedly speaking out, but you cut her off as your face and cheeks got red. No, Mom, it ain't gonna happen in this lifetime cause your son is the biggest brat. He won't let you play, you said, whining. Why, what he did? I won't leave him for this. She said sternly, No, Mom, you don't need to get worried. I have planned that help in making Jungkook fall for me, you said, playing with the strand of your hair. Oh, I am all ears, just tell me, she said excitedly. You explained the plan to her and Jihu told you. She agreed happily. That sounds great. I will be there in 4 hours, so be strong and behave with that icy cold man. Your mother-in-law is coming to rescue you, she said excitedly, and cut the call. You sighed in a relief as you were feeling happy. Time skip. The bell of the main door rang as you covered the soup with the lid and rushed to open the door. It was Jungkook, which made you roll your eyes. Didn't he supposed to come home late? You thought in your mind and left some space for him to enter inside. She did me today. It's strange, he thought. The mouth-watering aroma of the food expanded the nostrils as he stiffened. He then looked around the living room, which was no more clean than usual. Is anything coming at our place? He asked while loosening his tie. Yes, sure, Mom, you said, smiling at him. Mom, all of a sudden, why didn't she inform me? He said, frowning his eyebrows. He was surprised that why his mom didn't call him, cause every time she visits his place, she must call him. You were about to answer him back, but suddenly the doorbell rang again. You rushed to open the door. As you opened it, it revealed your mother-in-law, who smiled wildly at you. My beautiful daughter, she said. Meanwhile, Jungkook also approached you as he greeted his mother, and then you all entered in the living room. So how's your work and marriage? She asked to him, forcing a smile because right now she was really pissed off with him. It's quite fine, Mom, he said, smiling at her while placing his both hands on his knees. It's only quite not fine, you murmured to yourself while making a weird face looking at Ah, what is this smell? It's compelling the rats in my tummy to dance. No, I won't wait anymore. I will have to feast upon the food, she said, making you both chuckle. Let's eat then, he said, and you all headed to the dinner table. You served the food and settled down to start eating. Ah, the food is beyond temptation, she said, taking a big bite of rice with kimchi. Thank you, Mom, enjoy, you said, smiling widely at her. Everyone was having the dinner peacefully when you signaled Mrs. Jeon to speak about the idea. She gave you a smile, thumb up, without Jungkook's notice. So Jungkook, I wanted to tell you about something, she said, placing the fork down on her plate. What's that, Mom? He asked, looking at her frowned. Well, I have placed your secretary, she said, smiling at you. Oh, you didn't ask me. Well, who is my new secretary? He asked. It's Lee Wyan, she said nonchalantly. What? He literally chucked on his food. You heard it right, son. Wyan will be your new secretary, she said, shrugging off her shoulders. Jungkook looked at you, and you also saw him shocked, as if you knew nothing about this. Mom, if it's a joke, it's too bad, he said, to make his heart understand that his mother was joking. Dear, it's not any kind of joke. I agree that you are shocked, but now come out of your shock zone and accept the reality. You are already neglecting her existence, so she will be here with you 24/7 to make sure. Realize that you are married, she said coldly. Wait, who told you that I neglect her existence? He asked his eyes as he looked at you. You looked back at him with your innocent puppy eyes. No one but your behavior, she said, making him look down. Well, I don't think so. Ryan will be okay with this, right, Ryan? He asked, looking at you to just a no. Actually, it's quite boring to stay home alone, so yeah, I won't have any problem to work as your secretary. It will be fine. She said, showing him your shining eyes. Jungkook looked at you in a disbelief. Well, it is decided. No, it's too late. I will sleep in the guest room. Good night, she said and got up from the chair. You and Jungkook looked at each other with wide opened eyes. Guest room is not cleaned since last week, so you can sleep in another room, Mom, you said, giving her a smile. You didn't want her to sleep in the guest room, as you had not told her that you and Jungkook sleep separately and all of your belongings were set in the guest room. It's okay, I will sleep there. You and Jungkook also followed her from behind. Mrs. Jeon examined the room carefully and frowned. Do you sleep here, Ryan? Oh my, how I'll get my grandson. We got you married for this day, she said, hitting on his shoulder. Jungkook winced, which made you chuckle. This icy cold man deserved this, you said in your mind and giggled internally. Now take her in your room, she said, hitting him again. Jungkook nodded and you both left for his room. Time skip, you were laying on the king size bed while closing your eyes. He is such a large bedroom and he doesn't let me sleep here. Such an arrogant person he is, you murmured to yourself. Suddenly you hear the shower tap turned off. As you quickly closed your eyes and pretended to sleep, Jungkook looked at you in a disbelief. Hey, get up, it's my bed, he said loudly, but you remained quiet, which made him angry. I said get up, I can't sleep on the couch, he said and tried to push you off of the bed. Your heartbeat raced faster and Jungkook could hear your shallow breath, your eyes dazzled by the lights while your face flushed, which made Jungkook gulp down. I know you called Mom here and asked her to say all that, cause how would you know Mom by herself? Did you do all that to sleep? You also want to fulfill Mom's wish? He said, looking deep into your eyes. Your innocent eyes widened, hearing his words. Your breath hitched in your throat as you shook your head with your red face. Now let me give you what you want, he said. You being shy quickly pushed him, making him chuckle internally. You ran to the couch and laid on it as you closed your eyes with heartbeat racing faster. Jungkook also closed his eyes and drifted off to the sleep. The next morning, you woke up from the sunshine hitting your pretty face. You saw the time in your phone. It's 7:45 a.m. Oh, I'm getting late, you said and looked for Jungkook on the bed, but he was not there. You removed your blanket hurriedly from your body and rushed to the bathroom to do your morning routine. You didn't prepare breakfast even. Seeing your puffy eyes in the mirror, you decided to put on some makeup and then you rushed out of the room. You went to the kitchen from where you grabbed an apple to carry with you to the office as you didn't want to go on empty stomach plopping inside the car. You asked the driver to take you to the office, where your mother-in-law had already left cause she had gone something urgent came up. You were a bit sad that you couldn't say goodbye to her. Finally, after half an hour, the car was stopped in front of the Jeon's company. As you got off the car and fixing your car, you rushed to the inside. As you reached inside the company, everyone looked at you shocked with wide eyes. They started to whisper to each other like, this girl isn't she Livayan, Boss Jungkook's wife? I saw her pictures on the internet. She is Boss' wife. Boss is lucky having such a beautiful wife. What he is doing here? They all were whispering to each other. You didn't bother to listen to their talks. As you reached his cabin, you knocked at the door and he let you. Good morning, Mr. Jungkook. I hope you are doing well. Is there anything you need to ask me? You asked, looking at him. Jungkook looked at you up through his violent smile gas left your mouth. Mr. Jungkook, is there something I need to take care of? You asked, looking at his face. Actually, yes. Grabbing a cup of coffee, he asked, clearing his throat. You noticed, smiling, and left his cabin. After 5 minutes, you came back and placing the cup of coffee on the table, you stood there. Jungkook grabbed the cup as he took a first sip and pressed his lips in a thin line to make them look at that. He liked the taste. You smiled wildly as he liked the taste. Anything else? Actually, not yet. You go and work on files. I will call you when I need you, he said, and you nodded and rushed to the outside. You were reading some files when a boy came to you. You looked up at him and frowned. Hey, you are Mr. Jungkook's wife, he asked. You nodded, smiling at him. Well, my name is Felix. If you don't mind, can I sit here? He asked. Of course you can. Well, I also needed some help to understand these big files. Well, don't tell anyone, but I need your help. Will you please help me? You said with eyes pleading. Of course, why not? It will be an honor for me, he said, sitting on the chair next to you. You gave him a file and leaned closer and the details. Jungkook was staring at you through the glass window of his office. He clenched his hand into fist and groaned. Why, she is getting closer to him, he muttered to himself. Jungkook grabbed his mobile phone from the table and dialed your number. You answered the call after a few ringings. Miss Lee Wyan, come my cabin right now, he said coldly and cut the call. You frowned and grabbing some files from the table which was stacked by Felix, you ran to his cabin. You knocked at the door and he let you in. Here is your schedule for today, sir, and these are some files that you need to check. You said, placing them on the table as you giggled to yourself. Miss Wyan, who was that man with whom you were getting? Sir, he said, making you frown. Who? Oh, that he was Felix. As I am new here and needed someone help, so I asked him and he gladly accepted. You said, smiling at him. What about the way he was getting closer? He gritted his teeth while thinking to himself. Anything gross, Mr. Jungkook? You asked with your innocent eyes. No, nothing is wrong. From now on, you won't be my secretary anymore, as I didn't think you are capable of the job, he said in his cold voice. You got shocked as you had not done anything wrong. Then why he was asking you to leave the job? You didn't say a word and simply said, okay, sir, as you please, you said and left his cabin holding back your tears. Jungkook spoke. I didn't expect that she will leave this job so easily. The job she got after a lot of struggle and plans. I thought she would shout at me and she gave up so easily. I didn't like her talking to you. One is innocent. I know, but the men around her can take advantage of her innocence and she is too innocent to understand the attention of a person in front of her. Last night when my eyes met hers, I know I lost the tag of being cold-hearted person. Her innocent face kept coming in my front of my eyes. She literally mesmerized me. I never thought my heartbeat could raise up, but it did when time skip others spoke. You were laying on the bed this Saturn, scrolling down your mobile phone when the doorbell rang. You didn't bother to open it as you knew it must be Jungkook. After some time, your room door swung open and Jungkook entered in. Why didn't you open the door? I came inside by using spare key. I was getting anxious about you, he said. You remained quiet and continued scrolling down the phone. Say something, I am talking to you, he said loudly and walked to the bed. You didn't want to talk to him after his cold behavior. You threw your mobile phone on the bed and started to walk outside, but in the meantime, Jungkook grabbed your hand. You and rushed outside. Jungkook frowned, looking at you in a disbelief as he tailed you to the downstairs. As you reached the table in the dining room, Jungkook looked at you with a smile. Where would you go now? Why are you ignoring me? You know why I didn't let you work in my office? I fired you from the job because I don't want anyone to hurt you. I want to protect you either by hook or by crook. Jungkook, I am so happy you like me. Oh my, am I dreaming? You said even in a position. I will turn your all dreams into reality, he said. Don't worry. he said, making your eyes widen in a shock.